welcome back to Weems Motor Go. Today we're going to talk about what it's like being a YouTuber and motovlogger. Stick around. You know, it's been probably about 6, 7, 8 months, I don't know the exact time, that I became a YouTuber. And a lot of people think that, you know, I'm somewhat of an overnight success. I guess it depends on what your level of success would be. But right now we're on the grasp of 8,000 subscribers. And I've just been having a blast doing this. But all of it is kind of to be blamed on a few people saying, hey, you should get involved, you should start doing this. And those people were Shade Tree Surgeon, Shay Lisi, and Flip Knob. All the people from Brapstar Garage said, hey, you got the opportunity to have some great content. Some people would really enjoy some of the stuff that you have to offer. And I was like, you know what the heck, let's try it out. And that very first video where I went on the camping trip to Lake Okeechobee with Flip Knob is still probably one of my favorite videos that I've done. Now, we've had tons of content, tons of things to show you guys and talk about, but really it's those early videos where I look back and say, what was I doing? How did I not do that better? How did I screw up those edits? But I think that's the process of being a motovlogger and a YouTuber, is it is a process. You have to start from somewhere and stick with it, and you get better as you go. Now, early on, I made it a point to release one video a week so that I didn't put myself into too much stress. And I stuck to that format, and thank you to you guys, all of the subscribers, and a huge special thank you to my patrons that come back every week to check out the videos that are coming out. I love doing it. It's fun to do. Some days it's a little bit harder than others trying to find content, some things that I feel that you guys would be interested in, but I still do it, and I do it all for you. So hopefully you enjoy this video today where I share my experience, at least, of what it's like to be a YouTuber and to be a motovlogger. So let's first talk about the things that I enjoy about YouTube. The greatest things, I guess, would have to say is the people that I've had the chance to meet, whether in the chats, in the premieres, or at events, saying, hey, I watch your channel. Probably the craziest experience that I've had so far, me and my wife were at our local mall one day shopping. And as we're walking down the hallway of the mall, there's this gentleman walking towards me, and he just has this big smile on his face, like staring at me, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of awkward, kind of weird. And as we get closer, he just kind of smiles and waves. He's like, hey man, I watch your channel, just want to say I enjoy this stuff. And I was like, wow man, I feel like this little celebrity because somebody recognized me from my little YouTube channel that I do. And man, that was kind of cool, you know. And I've met so many great people at shows, and so many people have reached out to me and sent me messages of encouraging me because of things that I've went through in my life, and saying that some of the videos that I've done has been an encouragement to them. And I think that's what I really want to do, is just to let people know that, hey man, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm an employee, I'm a motorcyclist, I'm a motorcycle builder. I'm just like everybody else, man. There's nothing special about me. I'm a believer, and all of that goes to say, you know, we all carry different weights and different baggages and different things in our life. But YouTube to me has kind of become this like video journal of, hey, this is my time in life right now, this is what I'm doing, and I would like for all of you guys to kind of get a sneak peek into that. You know, some days are easier, some days are harder, you know, with health and emotions and memories of things from the past, and we all deal with those things, and I think it's good for us to be vulnerable enough to share that when we're going through a hard day, you know, or we're having a great day. Hey man, I'm going to this bike show, I'm going to do this cool thing. But it's a good thing that we have vulnerability to say, this is who I am. Now sometimes that can be difficult, because one of the hard things about YouTube are the comments. And some people are those keyboard warriors. They like to sit behind their keyboard and say, hey, this is what I think about your video, or you suck, or go kill yourself. I mean, it gets crazy. Some people are just insane. Like, would you say those things to somebody if they were standing in front of you? If you're that type of person, I almost think probably Weems Motor Co., the channel, is probably not the place for you. I mean, my channel, I want it to be a place of hope, a place of encouragement, and not a place where we put down anybody, except for Harley Davidsons. We could put them down. That's not a person, it's a motorcycle. Yeah, I'm riding a Harley today, but whatever. But that's the difficult things. You know, I've been kind of blessed through the comments and stuff that I've received. I think probably the hardest comments that I've got is, you know, hey, you need to get better at editing, your audio sucks, your video looks hazy, your music's too loud, I can't hear your voice, whatever. I mean, there's just those are the type of comments I get, and I look at that as criticism, that, you know, those are things that I can work on. I have friends in the community that receive pretty harsh criticisms. I don't even know if that's criticisms or insults, but I don't think that's you know, what YouTube is for. We're here, everybody tuning in each week, watching every video. You go on YouTube for one reason and one reason only, and that is to be entertained. Second would be to be informed. So that's what YouTube is. It's a place of entertainment and informing. And you know what? If you're not being entertained or informed on Weems Motor Co., I have to try harder. If you're not being entertained or informed on YouTube, man, find something that you can get that from. In life, we have to find joy. We can't be sitting around moping all day long because of a situation we're in or because of life itself. Life is alive. Get out and live it. I mean, if you don't have a motorcycle, go for a walk around your neighborhood. Go for a walk around your town. Go grab a cheeseburger. Find something you love. Grab a beer. Just have a good time. Enjoy life. But we're going to talk to a few YouTubers, and we're going to discover some of the things that they like and don't like about being on YouTube. What's up?
What's going down, man? What's on your city?
Here with the one and only Tampa's finest, the Dirty Hobo Swamp
Dirty
Wizard.
Hobo Swamp Wizard, shade tree surgeon, baby. All right, what you got for me, brother?
So the question is what do you hate about YouTube or being a YouTuber, and what do you enjoy about it? You gotta do the hate first.
Okay.
You gotta get the hate, you gotta get the anger out first, and then we could go to the love.
I think it's not that I hate it, but the feeling of being the human disconnect, that people view me on a screen and they don't view me as a human with time constraints and hopes and dreams, and sometimes I'm sad and sometimes I'm happy and sometimes I run out of time and I have a real job. That sucks. I don't like that. But I can't really actually hate it because I understand it. I get it. But just know this, I'm not the TV. Okay, I'm just a dude.
He's a big teddy bear. He gives the best hugs ever. All right, you got 15 seconds. What do you enjoy about it?
What I enjoy about YouTube? The fact that it gives me even more of a reason to go out and do the most exciting thing I can think of. So I always love doing exciting things. I always love going on adventures, but what YouTube has made me do is just pursue it that much harder, because I'm just like, hey, this is wild, and it would make a good video.
Oh yeah.
And it makes me just go that extra step, that extra mile, and be just a little wilder and just a little crazier and have a little bit more fun. And I love that.
The wildest thing that you can do is build a Triumph chopper.
One of these days. When you get back, bud. When you get back.
The shade tree, right there. That's his answer. So here we are, riding with two of Tampa's finest, the Shade Tree Surgeon and Shay Lisi, heading over to grab some tacos and beer and talk shop, talk motorcycles, talk life, talk some trips, and talk about what it's like to be a YouTuber and a motovlogger. It's crazy! Shay, everybody knows her. She's an amazing YouTuber, took off like a rocket ship, does some awesome stuff, especially for women in the motorcycle community. So, two questions I have for her is, what do you not like about YouTube and what do you enjoy about YouTube? And your time starts right now.
Oh my God, panic. I really like YouTube.
No, what do you not like first?
Oh crap. I don't like the anonymity, but like in the comments, I always like putting faces to a name, and like I want to find out who you are if you say something mean.
Oh, you gotta take it out on them. Okay.
Well, I'm just curious. Like when I worked in a place dealing with houses, I used to Google people's addresses to see what their houses look like. I'm nosy.
She's a stalker.
Yeah, no, I'm a stalker.
So you have 15 seconds to talk us about what you like about YouTube.
Community. The fact that there is no face and name is also a good thing, because you're free to talk and express exactly how you want.
Sure, you can be that keyboard Nazi, like just pounding it out saying you suck, right?
Yeah, but you could also be like, hey, you're not alone. You know, there's two things.
We talked about vulnerability earlier on in this video, so vulnerability is a great thing. So yeah, there it is. What's up, everybody? With us on the screen is the Geared Raven right there.
What's up?
If you haven't had the opportunity to check out her channel, go over there right now. Just stop this video. I don't care what you're doing. Stop the video, jump over, check out her page. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for her. But she is an amazing motovlogger, YouTuber, and she is so kind to join me on this little segment of the video to answer those quick questions that we've already asked those other people. So, Mary, how long have you been a YouTuber?
Oh gosh, you didn't tell me you were going to ask me this question. I want to say since the beginning of 18, maybe. I don't know. A few years.
Oh, Mary, what do you not like about being a YouTuber?
Not like about you being a YouTuber. Okay, the one thing I would say is, you know, and everybody gets it, negative comments, thumbs down, stuff like that, but I just chalk it up to, you know, you're doing something right if you're getting that kind of stuff, and you just kind of have to let it roll off your back and kind of rise above it and go on. That's kind of the, I guess that's kind of the only drawback. You know, you're putting yourself out there, obviously, and people are seeing, and it kind of makes you vulnerable to a certain extent, but, you know, you just have to take the negativity with everything else.
Great word, vulnerable. We talked about it earlier in the video, so it's a good thing to be vulnerable, to share who we actually are as YouTubers. Yeah. And our real selves. We don't want to act like we're somebody we're not.
Absolutely.
So what is something that you really enjoy about doing YouTube, about being a motovlogger, all of it?
Okay. I would say the number one, I guess, the connection that it gives you with other people. You know, I'm heavily involved in the moto community, and so it has connected me with so many people from around the world, good people, you know, that I consider friends, and a lot of my followers. Just that connection, being able to talk to different people and see that, it gives you a sense of accomplishment as well, you know, to look back at what you've created and kind of see how far you've come from, you know, your early days and to current stuff that you're putting out. So just a sense of accomplishment as well.
That's super awesome. All right, so where can people find you?
Instagram and YouTube, The Geared Raven 72.
All right, so by far, probably the most difficult part of being a YouTuber is all of the technology. If you know me, and most of you guys do, I like old stuff. Old vintage motorcycles, old guitars, old stuff. And when it comes to technology, man, it's a steep learning curve for me to learn any new equipment. So that's gotta be probably the highest thing on my dislike about being a YouTuber, is having to learn the technology, learning new computer programs that can edit these videos, and man, it's a lot of work. So while we're on the subject of new technology and learning new gadgets and learning curves, the fine folks over at Insta360 reached out to me and said, hey, we have this new 360 camera. We really like what you're doing on Weems Motor Co. So we want to send you a camera so that you can check it out and see what you can do on Weems Motor Co. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna open this box and see what Insta360 sent us. Oh wow, looks like they sent us like the whole kit and caboodle. And a memory card. A selfie stick for your helmet. Sweet, a nice suction cup. So like I said, we're gonna get on this on the next video, but I just wanna let you guys know that there's gonna be some really cool features coming up on some new videos here at Weems Motor Co. with 360 capabilities. It's gonna be awesome. So the biggest hassle of having all of this gear, all of the equipment, is keeping things charged, and that's imperative when it comes to doing video. So my good friend Doug, he's my neighbor. He actually helped us out on the Weems Motor Co. raffle. He built the platform that the motorcycle was on. He is an amazing, amazing carpenter and does some really neat stuff. So I said, hey, can you help me out with organizing all these cables and organizing all these cameras and all this equipment? And so we got together and we came up with a great idea. What are you doing, Doug?
We are zeroing ourselves out, so we are centered and ready to start, my friend.
You gonna mess it up?
I'm gonna try not to today.
So this is Doug. He's my neighbor. He's gonna help me out. He's gonna build this project for me. So if you guys like it, right here's his information. Hit him up.
There we go.
Order your own. It'll help you out a lot. So here it is, the final project, what I have called the Weems Motor Co. YouTube MotoVlog charging station, so I can organize all my cameras, all my batteries, everything, and have it all in one nice box. It has these nice little slots on the side so all the cables can go underneath and plug into a power strip. Doug, thank you so much. All right, you may be asking yourself, what goes in that slot? Jared, what goes there? Well, the camera that you're looking through is what goes right there. Doug, thank you so much. This is gonna be amazing, and it's gonna make my life way easier. Alright folks, that's a wrap up on this video. I just wanted to say a special shout out to my patrons for being able to make all of these cool videos happen for everybody that follows our channel. If you're new around here, make sure you jump down below the video, hit that subscribe button. If you really liked the video today, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, turn those notifications on, and let everyone know what's going on right here at Weems Motor Co. Peace.